Hey, how's it going? You're watching Slevin Gaming. I'm not talking about a game today. Sorry about that. I know. I'm going to be talking more about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So, I kind of talked about the last video. This one, I'm going to go more into, my thoughts about it. I want to give it some time. So, if you hadn't seen it yet, you could see it. I don't want to spoil anything. I think it's been enough time by now. So, yeah, here I go. Obviously, spoilers if you haven't watched it. So if you haven't watched it, just stop the video. Don't worry about it. No worries. Anyways, so Spider-Man, in case you haven't figured it out, he's my favorite character. Between Spider-Man and Ninja Turtles, my two favorite. I'm always gonna line up for them too. Uh, I love Spider-Man. Something about the Parker luck, just always gets me. Also, his Uncle Ben raising him because his parents were around. That really gets me as someone who grew up with a single mom who's always working, and my grandpa raised me. So, back then I was young. I didn't appreciate what he was doing, but as I got older, he's the, he's the reason I am where I am today and who I am today. And then I miss him and I love him. uh, and he took me to see the first Spider-Man movie, and then 4 years ago I took my son to see Into the Spider-Verse movie, and today I took him to watch Across the Spider-Verse, second time for both of us. So you know big deal for me. Anyway, so with the movie itself, I still love the movie. It is a movie that I feel like just gets better as after you watch it. Like, for you to just sit there and then everything go through your head, watch the movie again, just gets way better. And like everything gets amplified up. And it's not a movie that I loved it, and when I watched it I was like, oh, it's not as good as I remembered. No, it's better the second time I watched it, in fact. And then I watched the first one over, and that one got even better too because they're really connected. Like, the writers did such a good job. One thing being, I don't know if you saw in the first one when Peter and Miles interact, their spider senses go off. Miles' background goes from, I want to say it's purple and green, to and it changes to blue and red. So I'm guessing that Miles, part of his, in his universe, was, like they said, not supposed to be Spider-Man. He was going to probably be the Prowler, if anything. Purple. So yeah, that's a maybe. Anyways, yeah, that was just one thing, and I just want to go off, three character or a couple characters from the second one. So first one I'm going to talk about is Gwen. Uh, when we first saw the movie, we were supposed to go to movie theater, and what happened is that I guess there was like a big storm in the middle of the night, and certain places in the city lost power, and that theater happened to lose power at the time we were gonna watch the movie. So it was opening weekend, so I was like scrambling around to find somewhere to watch it, and every place was kind of sold out, and it was just front row seats, and I wasn't gonna sit in the front row. So what? I got lucky and I found the IMAX tickets at the Palladium, but it was way off to the side in the back, so it wasn't too bad, but it was off to the side. And I liked the movie. I just missed a lot of subtitles, caption boxes and stuff like that. So this time I got middle row, middle seats. I got to see everything. It was great. It was great. Also, the first time I saw the movie, and this was a thing that was posted, a common issue. I couldn't hear Gwen talk at all on her monologue on the opening of the movie itself. Like, I just heard the drumming, which I guess that's all she was hearing in her mind, maybe. But yeah, that was kind of different for me. Second time watching the movie today, I heard her talking. I got to hear what she was talking about. So that was real cool. uh, so Gwen, I, you feel, I feel for her. I feel bad for her because, I'm sorry, she loves Miles and Miles loves her. They love each other and she can't act on it and Miles is respecting that, you know. Uh, but Gwen, Gwen's thing is that her best friend died, which was Peter, and probably her first love, and he died. I mean, it looked like they were gonna go to prom together, and then she found out he was the lizard and died that night. So that's nutshell of her story. And then since then she just hasn't had a friend and all this. And then come the spider time cops. I forgot what we call them, but yeah, you find out that Gwen and every universe, Gwen that falls in love with Peter, or she says Spider-Man, but I'm gonna say Peter, um, ends up dying because that's a big thing. That's like one of those big, deaths, the death of Gwen Stacy, and for her that's probably hard to hear considering she's the only Gwen that's a Spider Woman. So yeah, and then you just feel because so you hear that, and then uh, she misses Miles, and she's not allowed to go see him at all, and so she's kind of a mess. And then you find out like uh, she has to let bad things happen uh, for the better of the universe, and she has to kind of accept it. But she is lost. You can tell she's lost. So yeah, it's just, and then when she bumps into Miles, she kind of lets go of all of that and kind of just gets to relax and be with herself. I'm sorry, be herself and be with Miles. And you can tell she's having fun and she loves it. And Miles is keeping up with her, learning new tricks and everything. And she and her watching him, he's inspiring her to be a better Spider Woman. And that's the way I looked at it. I saw it. So yeah, that was great. Uh, it was amazing. Like the interaction between Gwen and Miles Morales, and the hits came. Now let's talk about my boy Peter B. Parker. Last time we saw him, he was scared of going back home and thinking he may not be able to, live up to what Mary Jane wants. And it's a leap of faith, right? Uh, so yeah, we meet him, and he has a daughter, and she has his powers. So technically, she's a mutant. 'Cause she was born to powers, not given. And man, he's so happy about being a dad, and he loves it, and he misses Miles too. Because like he said, Miles uh, inspired him, to become a dad, and he wanted to be a dad, and he hoped that his child be just as cool as Miles. So that was really, great to see because reading the comics, I don't know if you noticed, but Peter's not with Mary Jane at all. They like they ruined that relationship so bad. Uh, and it sucks because they ruined it, and then every movie and game he's with Mary Jane, and he deserves to be happy and in love. So it's really sad that you don't have that in a comic, but you're seeing it everywhere else. I mean, there is a series, Renew Your Vows, and yeah, he's married and he has a daughter, but I haven't. From what I remember, they died. Peter died, and Mary Jane died. I need to reread it, but yeah, they end up dying. So yeah, So, but other than that, they're not married, and that sucks. The main universe is not married, so yeah, that's sad. Now, he's still hilarious. He makes me laugh. He mocks, Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. He feels like he's being too serious, and then everyone's just saying how he's a bad mentor and he's real crappy. But he mentored Miles, and Miles beat everyone. So yeah, that says more about him. I did love that on the first one he told Miles to get baby powder, and in the beginning of the second one, Miles has baby powder, and then he has to apologize for it. Miles has a Parker luck. Him just apologizing about trying to be great. Trying to save people. He has to apologize because he messed up somehow. Uh, I loved it. It was funny. Also, I noticed in the beginning of the movie, when Gwen's giving her monologue, uh, she's talking about Miles. She talks about Peter in her life, and then she talks about Miles. And when she talks about Miles, it kind of goes through the whole second movie. You kind of see glimpses of what's to happen. So I thought that was cool because she's apologizing about it. Uh, but yeah, and then let's talk about Miles. Um, Miles uh, he's great. He's amazing. He's really becoming his own, Spider-Man. He's his own. uh, he he's trying to balance superhero and school and family. With his mom and dad, and he messes up Parker Luck. He calls the Spot the villain of the week. Not even the villain of the week, and that motivates Spot to be a better villain and get powerful. So, Miles messed up on his own, and now he has a stronger enemy he has to look out for. And then when we, see Miles, he's happy, but he's lonely. He misses his friends. He misses Gwen, and he misses Peter. He misses his uncle, and he can't talk to his mom and dad about it because who knows how they react about learning that he's Spider-Man. So he's very lonely, and he just he wants to see them, and he finally sees Gwen, and he's happy, and he's talking to her, and see he wants to make a move, but she tells him like, hey, whenever Gwen falls in love with the Spider-Man, something bad happens, which I thought, well, that was Spider-Man Peter Parker, not Spider-Man Miles Morales. So, uh, leap of faith, right? But so he meets Gwen, and she's telling him about the Spider Society, and he's just like, how come I'm not a part of it? And he wants to be a part of it. He wants, because he doesn't want to be alone, and he wants to be with his friends. And Gwen lies to him, says like, oh, it's not that big, it's pretty small, I've only done it for a couple months, and then he follows her into another universe, and he learns the truth. He learns that it's a huge society. There's a lot of people. He learns that that his friends that he missed so much, and he was basically gonna go on the route for school to see his friends again. He was gonna go to college and work with multi-dimensional multi-dimensional, and he wanted to see his friends. That's what he wanted to do. And to find out your friends had this device and they could have seen you at any time, but they didn't. Ooh, I know that hurt him. He felt it. That was hard to hear, and and seeing all the Spider-Man, that was fun, but they were missing. They missed the Spider-Man from the Fox Fox Toon series. They missed him. He wasn't on there. So hopefully the third one has it. I get it. Everyone wants to see Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. And yeah, that's cool. But I'd rather see him than them. If that makes sense. They showed Spectacular Spider-Man, and that was great. Me and Oliver, my son, we love that series, that cartoon series. It's on Disney Plus. If you haven't watched it, you should check it out. But we love that series, and when they showed him, and then he had a line. Oh man, we looked at each other, smiling like, "Look, did you see that?" Yeah. Uh, Back to Miles. Miles goes into this society, and he's trying to introduce himself, and I feel like everyone that kind of ignored him, didn't want him around. And then he meets Spider-Man 2099, and he learns the truth. He learns that to be Spider-Man, you're supposed to let certain people die, because if you don't, the universe could get destroyed. Like, kind of, that's the gist of it. He also learns that apparently he was never supposed to be Spider-Man, and that because he's Spider-Man, that's why Peter Parker and Miles universe died, because he became Spider-Man. And he learns his dad's gonna die in 2 days, and Miles is just not having it. I mean, and every other Spider-Man there is like, hey, fortunately that's kind of the job, which I didn't like, because one thing about Spider-Man is that he's always been, hey, no one's gonna die, no one's dying. He does not let people die. That's just not him. So I didn't like that, but it's fine. It was a movie, right? Other than that, Miles just owned everybody. Like, none of them, for the movie itself, I'm assuming Miles is the only Miles Morales Spider-Man, because I didn't see anyone else like that there. I saw, same with Gwen Stacy. I feel like she's the only Gwen Stacy Spider-Man. Miles Morales is the only Miles Morales Spider-Man. So I could see why they have a connection compared to everyone else. Him and everyone else. I could see that connection. I get it. I feel like they sense each other, or that, each other might be, she was drawn to him. Like, she came into the universe in the first one and went to the school, and then figured out, oh, I'm here because of Miles, So I think that might be something. I could be wrong. And then you get to the end, and Miles goes to the universe that the spider came from, and then you just see everything happening there, and you come across, Miles goes in his room, and you can tell it's not his room. That was the twist. It's not his universe. He's in the wrong universe. And he tells his mom he's Spider-Man. His mom's like, who's Spider-Man? I don't care. Like, who's Spider-Man? I don't know. And his uncle walks in, and Miles realizes he's in the wrong universe, also because he glitched. And then he meets his counterpart, who is the Prowler in that universe. Which, if you did not see it, when the Spot is talking about his origins and Miles' origins and how he brought the spider over, they show the spider in a classroom setting, and before it gets teleported, it's next to that Miles Morales, the one who became the Prowler. He has, they just show the back of his head, but he has, the 2 braids, and yeah, so I thought that was cool. I thought that was great, and that's great, because then that, like I said, goes back to what I said. Miles might have became the Prowler if he wasn't bit by the spider. Yeah, and then the movie just the movie ends with Miles being trapped, but Miles is now, he knows he's strong. Like, he knows it. He knows how strong he is. He knows he could do it. He has confidence compared to when he didn't before. And that was another thing, you have a scene where he's talking to his mom, and his mom's telling him like, hey, no, they're not going to protect you like I'm protecting you, but I know how strong you are. And that was, foreshadowing, because that's what happened. The Spider Society came after him. Everyone went after him, and he was able to outmaneuver everybody. You know, he just outplayed them, and the movie cuts with Miles Prowler and Miles Spider-Man just staring each other down. Who's gonna make the first move? At the same time, they're both making their move, and that is that was great. I'm excited for the third one to come out. I know they said the third one's supposed to come out next year in March, but with everything going on, I want to say I don't think the movie's gonna come out until maybe the year after. Hopefully it's not too long. If it has to be delayed, I get that, But oh man, it ended, and I just wanted more, and I wanted to talk about it to y'all, and I wanted y'all to, I know I didn't, I wanted to talk about it with y'all, and I wanted y'all to hear everything I found and see if there's anything else that y'all could have seen, or maybe y'all noticed something I didn't notice. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I want to see it again. If I could, I would go watch it again, but it's fine. It's gonna come out. I saw it's supposed to come out digital to own July 18th. So it's not too long, right? Not too long to wait. But if you watch this, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching it. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.